What's up you guys? Today in this video, I'm updating the initial setup that I did in my prior videos for the PlayStation 3. I'm going to be using the Arctis Nova Pro wireless headset with the game hub that comes with it. I'm going to be using the Elgato HD60X game capture card along with the ChatLink Pro cable. I'm going to be using the USB hub that I use for the PlayStation 4 Pro. I'm going to connect it to the PlayStation 3 because the PlayStation 3 only has 2 USB ports. I'm definitely going to need more USB ports. Also, I'll be using two-way HDMI splitter to bypass the HDCP that is enabled on PlayStation 3 by default. Using this splitter, I can strip it and bypass that. Using the SteelSeries Arctis Pro wireless headset, it's a little bit tricky. When connecting the game hub to the USB ports on the PlayStation 3, the PlayStation 3 does recognize the headset. It does charge the battery that's here. The actual headset does show up on the system. The only issue that they get is that there is no audio coming into the headset. After looking it up, I ended up buying a audio optic digital to analog converter, which gets the optic cable input, and then the output would be either the RCA or a 3.5mm jack. So this is a digital and analog converter that I got. So for this, we connected one of the optic cable to the port here. We're going to connect the other end to this one right here. So we're going to connect this end into here. We're going to connect it to the line in. We're going to be connecting the ChatLink Pro to the line out.
Inbound.
So when I try to connect everything, when I was reviewing some of the recordings, it was very staticky. Audio was going in and out. So after looking more into it, or the majority of people always had issues with using the optic cable because it's a digital signal and you have to convert it to an analog signal. So in the recordings, it's staticky, it's cutting through, and noticeable audio lag. And do more research, and then I found out I want to be using the official Sony PlayStation 3 component AV cable. I'm going to be using the RCA Female to 3.5mm jack male adapter. So in the back of the PlayStation 3, we're gonna be using the official Sony PlayStation 3 component cable, the one that has the 3 colors. So the yellow one is for the video outputs, the white and red is for audio. We're only interested in using the red and white for audio. The yellow one, we're not going to use it, we're going to leave it alone. And for the video, we're going to be using the HDMI cable. So this end, we're going to plug this into the back of the PlayStation 3, connect to the port here. This is where it connects to. And then we're going to connect an HDMI cable to it. On this end, we're going to connect the adapter, matching colors. So red to red, white to white. And we're going to leave this one alone. And then this end, we're going to connect to the line in on the game hub for the ChatLink Pro. The end with the white splitter, where we have the female and the male. The male one, we're going to connect to the line out of the game hub. The female end, we're not going to connect anything to it, so it's going to be alone. And then the shorter male end of the ChatLink Pro, we're going to connect that to the Elgato HD60X to the aux port right here. We're going to connect this USB-C to USB-A cable. The USB port, we're going to connect it to USB port. And then we're going to connect this one to the bottom here. For the PlayStation 3, I've been using the Mayflash Magic S Ultimate adapter. It makes it possible for me to use the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller to control my PlayStation 3 wirelessly. So we're going to connect this one to the USB hub, and then this end of the USB hub we're going to connect to one of the USB ports on the PlayStation 3. So for the two-way HDMI splitter, we're gonna get the HDMI cable that's connected to the PlayStation 3. We're gonna put that into the input. And then we're gonna connect the power adapter to it to power up the unit. And then for the output, we have two outputs. On my previous video for the PlayStation 3 setup, I had mentioned that I would recommend using both of these outputs for your PlayStation 3. One of them would be just connecting it directly to your TV. That's if you don't want to record gameplay or stream. You just want to play on your PlayStation 3. You don't need to connect the Elgato HD60X game capture card or your MacBook or PC. And then the other one would be the one that you connect the Elgato HD60X. So for the purposes of this video, we're going to assign HDMI output 1 as the one that uses the Elgato HD60X. So we're going to connect HDMI cable, and then this end connects to the Elgato HD60X. We have HDMI input, we have a USB-C port, and HDMI output. So the one that comes from the splitter would go to HDMI input. And then for the HDMI output, then we get the HDMI high-speed cable that came with the Elgato HD60X. We connect it to the output, and then this is the one that connects to your TV. And then the middle cable, I'm using the Anker Thunderbolt 5 cable. I'll be using this hub, be connecting this one to one of the USB ports, and then this one connects to the MacBook Pro M3 Max. So with this setup, I'm able to use the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless headset wirelessly without no cables attached to the headset. All the cables are attached to the game hub. Pairing my headset through Bluetooth to the PlayStation 3, I'll be able to use the mic as well. And with the assistance of the Mayflash Magic S Ultimate adapter, I can use the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller wirelessly with no cables connected. So from my initial setup, but I had the Apple AirPods Max as my headset and my external mic. This one, I have the SteelSeries Arctis Nova Pro wireless headset to hear the gameplay and possibly get audio from Party Chat if it's still available. Because so far, playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1, I haven't heard anybody talking, so I'm not sure if it's still supported or not. And then I'll be using the DJI Mic 2 as my external mic to record my voice during gameplay recording or once I start streaming again. So this is a truly wireless ecosystem, both the headset and the controller. The PlayStation 5 DualSense controller is connected to the Mayflash adapter, and I'm able to control the PlayStation with the controller. Right now I'm gonna turn off the PlayStation 3 and I'm gonna see if I can charge the controller. PlayStation 3 is off. Now I'm gonna connect the USB cable that's connected here to the back, so I can show that I'm able to charge the controller. At the moment the controller is 100%, so it's not gonna be blinking, but it did the initial blink. So this USB hub is compatible with the PlayStation 3. It recognizes the Mayflash Magic S Ultimate adapter, and it also charges the controller. So we're gonna go to the settings section. Then from settings, we're gonna go down to sound settings. We're gonna change the audio output, and because we're using the composite cable for audio, we're gonna change it to this option. And then we're gonna turn this audio multi-output, we're gonna turn it on. So now and the audio output through the OEM PlayStation 3 AV cables, which is the RCA composite cables. So that's where we're gonna get the sound from. We're gonna connect the headset through Bluetooth on the PlayStation 3. So settings section, we're gonna go to the accessories settings. So from accessories settings, we're gonna click on it and then scroll down to where it says manage Bluetooth devices. And we're gonna go and register a new device, but before we do that, so right now we're gonna turn on Bluetooth pairing. We're gonna hold, and it's in Bluetooth pairing mode. Register a device. Start scanning. So we're gonna hit enter. We're gonna create a passkey. For this example, we're just gonna use 4 zeros. And then we're gonna enter. Then we're gonna hit OK. And then we're gonna register, and registration is complete. It's connected to the PlayStation 3 via Bluetooth. So after we finish connecting the headset through Bluetooth, we're gonna scroll down to audio device settings. Then we're gonna click input device. We're gonna scroll to the Arctis Nova Pro Wireless. So then because the Arctis Nova Pro Wireless is connected, you'll see the blue light there next to the name. So this is my updated PlayStation 3 gameplay recording and streaming setup with the Arctis Nova Pro Wireless headset and the game DAC that comes with it. So first we have the PlayStation 3 AV Composite cable that's OEM from the PlayStation 3. This is the AV Composite cable that has the 3 colors. So we're just using the white and the red because the yellow one is for video, but we're using the HDMI for video. So I have it connected to the RCA Female to 3.5mm jack male connector. That's connected to the line in of the game DAC. And then we have connected the HDMI, which then this one connects to the HDMI splitter right here. And then this output from the HDMI splitter goes to the Elgato HD60X input. And then this HDMI cable goes to the TV. So the PlayStation 3 only has 2 USB ports. And so how I have the setup here, I'm using the USB hub for additional USB ports, and then I'm leaving 1 USB port open on the PlayStation 3 itself. In the USB ports, we have connected the USB hub that I bought for the PlayStation 4. For the hub, we have connected the Mayflash Magic S Ultimate adapter, which connects to the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. And then on this USB slot, I have the Arctis Nova Pro Wireless DAC connected here through the USB. And here in the back is connected to this USB one, not the Xbox one. Because the Xbox is only for Xbox, the USB one is for PlayStation and PC. And then we have connected here on the line out, I have connected the Chatlink Pro, which is connected to the Elgato HD60X. So for this female connector on the Chatlink Pro, we're gonna leave it alone. We're not gonna connect anything. Here, this middle cable is the Anchor Thunderbolt 5 cable, and that's connected to the CalDigit Element 5 Thunderbolt 5 USB hub. That's connected to my MacBook Pro M3 Max. So I have it connected to power. This USB-C cable is connected to the Insta360 Link to webcam. This Anchor Thunderbolt 5 cable is the one that's connected to the Elgato HD60X. And then this is the one that's connected to my external SSD. And then here in the front, for the front USB port, I have connected the DJI Mic 2 receiver. And this is the transmitter hub. I have it connected to my MacBook Pro M3 Max here. I only have 1 device connected. I have 2 open USB-C ports. And then on my MacBook Pro M3 Max, I'm running OBS Studio. And currently I am playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1. You can see here the Elgato H260 audio, I'm getting it from the PlayStation 3, and then from the mic, I'm getting it right here. So this is the complete setup using the SteelSeries Arctis MacBook Pro wireless. You can actually hear audio from the headset, and it's wirelessly. With the controller, also wirelessly. I'm also going to be showing some gameplay of me playing Call of Duty Black Ops 1 online multiplayer and showing how this setup really works with this headset. And it's all wireless with no wires attached to the actual headset or to the controller.
Heads up, enemy RCA spotted. Enemy spy plane above. Enemy care package inbound. Enemies jamming our radar. Enemy napalm strike inbound. Hostiles jamming our radar. Enemy napalm strike inbound. Keep fighting, we won't get another chance at this.
Target down.